Yeah. You know what it is. Another classic episode of the Miller Experience. Welcome to the Miller Experience, where we have a deep dive into the voices shaping today's new sound. I'm your host, Excalibur, with my co-host Craig, and today we're spotlighting a group that's bringing classic soul vibes to today's music. My group, they're rising R&B quarter. Let me start back over. I'm sorry, guys. They're a rising R&B group, blending silky harmony, smooth production, heartfelt lyrics to create a sound that is fresh, inspired by legends like Boys and Men, Jagged Edge, but with their own modern twist. My guest today is redefining what it means to be a vocal group in today's digital music era. Whether they're singing about love, heartbreak, or just vibing out, my group is here to set the mood and tell the story on one note at a time. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's sit back, turn the volume, let's get into the rhythm of Shaq Diesel, Al Wayne, aka used to be Big Al, CJ, and Nico Vines, aka Forecast. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. How y'all doing today?
Yes, sir. Man, hey, man, that intro was phenomenal, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Phenomenal.
Hey, man, I'm working on it so much, I kind of mess up on it, so my bad, man. No disrespect, man, okay? I'm sorry about that.
All good, brother, all good.
Hey, but my first question I'm going to ask you guys, I think Diddy did it?
You said you were going to do it. You said you were going to. All right, let me
No comment.
Hey, I told Craig that's going to be my first question.
Hey, and what did I tell you they were going to say?
Start laughing.
And
hey, yo, I'll answer the question. He did something. I don't, what he did. That's for them to speculate.
Hey, man, he's a freak, man. That's all I see, man. He's a freak. He ain't did nothing illegal. He's just a freak, man. That's all.
Hey.
Hey, my name Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Hey, Sid said the same thing last week, man. Sid said the same thing, man. My name Bennett, I ain't in it.
Hey, it's touchy.
Yeah, man. It's very touchy. Very touchy.
Man. It is. I'm gonna start with my first serious question, guys. All right. How did Forecast come together, and what's the story behind your formation?
All right, I go. This is Al Wayne. I don't have to do that. My name right there, ain't it?
Right. Hey, man, let me tell you something before you start, Al. Reading is fundamental nowadays, okay? Some people just don't
I mean, we do these interviews all the time. Sometimes our name be there, sometimes we don't. So we always have to say who it is first. But anyway, so the way Forecast came to be, Father had a band. The band was called The Latest Forecast. And I kind of joined the band with him. He retired the band and left it over to me, and then I kind of turned the band into an R&B group by having my guy CJ join the band, and from there CJ invited Shaq, and then CJ invited Nico Vines here just recently. So together we're just Forecast now, not the Latest Forecast or the Forecast, man. We're just Forecast, 4-man singing group. And this has always been an inspiration of mine. I always wanted to do something like this, since I was a kid. Like you said, we was inspired by Boys and Men, New Edition, 112, Jagged Edge, Drew Hill, Jodeci. Those are the cats that we're trying to follow behind, and it's hard shoes to follow.
Gotcha.
Right. Now, I have a question. What separates you guys from Jagged Edge, New Edition, and groups like that of the past?
Man, I mean, honestly, we all got different opinions, but me personally, you know what I'm saying? We take little bits and pieces from, those super groups, you know what I mean? And we just kind of put it all together in one big pot of chili, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And we all got our different flavors that we do, and we put inside that chili as well. So when you put it all together, it kind of creates this magnificent, just taste of food. You know what I mean? So you get different tastes of everything just kind of come together as one.
Shit, that just made me hungry. I want to go.
Yes, sir, Doc. Yes, sir.
Hey, so I'm thinking all you guys at some point in your life, you guys want to be weathermen, because I want to know what inspired the name Forecast. And what does it represent for each one of you guys, okay?
Yeah, so my father named the band Forecast.
Okay.
He always said that we're looking to we need to know where we've been in the past. We need to know where we're at, the present and the future, and that's the definition of forecast,
It's
knowing
true.
the past, present, and future.
This is true. Okay, how long have I see it's 4 of you. I knew you had 3, and you just have another addition, which completed the forecast. But how long have you guys known each other on a personal level, not just professional?
All our lives, all our lives. It's
Forever.
always
Yeah,
Yeah.
been,
Yeah.
it's always been a camaraderie somewhere, like on down the line. Like CJ's my best friend from high school.
that's
Like
what's up.
it's Al's my uncle. So like, yeah.
That's what's up.
So I'm taking that as y'all don't got the new edition vibes, right? On and off the stage, you guys ain't fighting or none of that, right? Or y'all just cool,
Oh
right?
man, never that, man. You know what I
Nah.
mean? Now, of course, you know what I'm saying. Brothers will always have disagreements. You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? What
Right.
family doesn't? You know what I'm saying? But the difference between us is we know what our common goal is, right?
Right.
And we know what we're trying to do, we know what we're trying to create, and we know that with each other, we can make it happen, man. If we all stay level-headed and stay with each other and have each other's backs, because in the industry like this, you'll have so many people that tell you things and really don't have the best interest of heart for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So to be a part of something with guys and individuals that again, like Diesel and Al and Nico said, we all grew up with each other, man. So we know the ins and outs of each other's. We know what ticks each other off. We know all that stuff, man. So we just kind of, again, just keep that formula locked and tight, man. So I feel like that's what makes us different from a lot of other groups.
And
Yeah.
I'm
The
glad you
devil's
said
definitely
that.
tried to.
I'm glad you said that because most groups, and as you know, most groups they get together, they stay together for a while, and then one who's listening to something, perhaps, and they feel like they want to branch off, and then the group just dissipates. They try to come back in reunion, it's not the same. So what you're saying, it resonates. But I really, really, really hope you guys stick together because you sound good together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the devil definitely tries to creep in and tear us apart sometimes. But when we too strong, we'll never ever break apart or anything like that. And to your question, like what like do we like have disagreements? We don't have disagreements like CJ said, right? Or we have disagreements, but we're not like fighting like off stage. But we
Gotcha.
definitely yawn on each other sometimes, and it's fun.
I say
I
disagree.
look forward to it.
I call it passionate discussions.
Word.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because we
Hey,
all
bro, y'all guys
passionate.
brothers, man. So like you say, man, brothers fight. Me and my brother do it all the time, bro. That's just part of the love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's right.
we hold each other accountable. So
Exactly.
if
That
Yes.
somebody
part.
messing up, they gonna get on it. So
That's what's
that's
up.
how it is.
Yeah.
I want each and one of you guys to answer this next question for me, okay? For all you got, well, each one of you guys, who your musical influence and how do they blend it into your music group?
I could
Okay.
start. Basically, I really kind of grew up listening to just whatever sounded good. So like, it was a wide range of sounds that I kind of just picked up on, like from like Life Jennings all the way to like Paramore and Queen, and then of course Michael Jackson and sounds like Bobby Brown, New Edition at the forefront of that, kind of molding my love for the R&B cultural side of music. But when it came to like singing and like how I presented my voice, that was like me just singing along to like Disney Channel and stuff like that. And so like it all kind of rounded out to like this like R&B hip hop kind of like general stage performing kind of like mix for me.
Mhm.
What about you, Shaq?
I would say since I was, more of coming up in the church and I sung more of quartet. I used to sing baritone, so I like the lower like range artists like, like Luther, and then like now the new age people like Friday and people like that.
Yeah, I
So
like Friday.
I'm just
Friday.
like a cool tenor that can sing a little baritone. I can't do all the little high notes and stuff and all that. So just a smooth guy.
What about you?
Uh, so the groups like 112 and Silk and uh, 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 what's the other group called? Jesus, Drew Hill,
Yeah.
And Jodeci. Out of those groups, Q, one of my big inspirations. Little G, Wanye, Cisco. Um, all those cats I kind of grew up listening to, and would try to mimic my voice to their voice or whatnot. Growing up, before I found my voice, and after I found my voice, because I had probably the highest or the biggest range out of the group. I'm more of the belter, or however you call it. Those are kind of like my inspirations. I mean, Shaq took them. Luther Vandross was one of my guys. I listen to him all the time, and include Michael Jackson as well. I think I try to grow up trying to dance like Michael Jackson.
I think we all
I
did,
was
man.
We all did.
I think I was that cat. I used to think that I was the little kid off of the Moonwalker. Remember the little dude off of
Yeah, I
Moonwalker
know
when he
you
was
talking
doing
about. Yeah,
Smooth Criminal? Yeah, he was doing all
yeah.
the moves. Yeah, I was trying to do all those moves.
Hey, did you hurt your ankles trying to do that little bent over move with that on Smooth Criminal?
Yeah. Nah, I fell flat on my face. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, before I get you, CJ, I saw a video. Michael had his damn shoes nailed to the ground. That's the only way he's able to do that. Man, that
Yeah.
picture
And
me off guard, man.
we didn't find that out until
man.
we didn't find that out until later on, man.
Yeah.
Didn't find
Yeah.
later
A
on.
lot later.
I just thought he had really strong ankles.
Me too, man. Me too, man.
Now I knew there was something going on, but I was like, dang.
Yeah.
And then when you saw it, you're like, man, I wish I never saw what actually happened.
He had some good core strength, man. What about you, CJ?
Man, okay, so my background comes from as well as Diesel, growing up in the church and stuff like that. But also as well too, my parents used to always play like the Temptations and Smokey Robinson and the OJs and the Miracles and stuff like that type of era growing up in than playing it. But growing from that, and then as well, man, as the bros said, Jodeci, New Edition, and 112, and So For Real, man, so many different groups that were amazing. But my main like influence and my main like core that came from was, I would say, Bobby Brown, right? And the reason why I say Bobby is because I relate to him a whole lot more as far as the way that he's free when he dances and the entertaining aspect. Because as well, man, you can be the dopest singer in the world and the dopest, rifter and run and all that stuff, but if you can't entertain, man, it's like, you know what I mean? It doesn't give that extra umph, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So learning from him, and then as well, man, you can't forget the GOAT Babyface. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing with him is the way his pen is, people don't understand the amount of songs that he has really written in the decades that he's been, a part of the music industry and stuff like that. Man, he is such inspiration. Even the performing aspect too, though. Right, because he's a dope performer as well too, man. But those are pretty much my inspirations.
CJ, hold on, correct. CJ, you said Bobby Brown, right?
Yes, sir.
100, bro.
Yes, sir.
You the king R&B, or you think Whitney was just high when she said that?
Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna be real, man. He is, and I had this conversation before. I say he's the king of stage, right?
Okay, I agree.
Because his
Stage presence,
performance, his performance ability, the way that he commands the stage, man, that man doesn't even have to dance. He can just walk on the stage and simply just command, just the audience and everything. Now, the king of R&B, some people might disagree, but me personally, is Babyface. Because again, the reason why I say he's the king of R&B is because to simply write so many hit records, right? And so many number ones, and then as well to do it for yourself too. There's nobody that could compare to him, in my personal opinion. Nobody.
Now, I will say this person. Y'all might disagree with me because
I know who you gonna say. I know who you gonna say.
Kels.
Yep.
Wait, who?
Hey, regardless, I don't agree
Kelly.
with you, right, man? But when it comes to that pen game and the R&B, man, hey, he's up there with Babyface, man.
Hey, he is, but I can't give it to him, man. Just for the simple,
I get it.
Because it's not just of his past. I'm talking about R. Kelly, not Robert, right? You know what I mean? The music wise, the music, yes, phenomenal. I'm not talking about his personal life, but from a person who squeaky clean, right? never been in trouble,
Yeah.
never had problems, right?
Yeah.
And it's been such of a major inspiration to so many generations. Not saying R. Kelly hasn't, but again, you're talking about whole roundedness.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta give it to Boss, the Babyface, all day.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
Can't be mad.
Yeah.
We had Uncle Jams on last week, and in speaking to him, he seems to not seems he says that he holds his groups to a high level, high character, high principle, uh, unbreakable morality, and not using the N word, profanity, and things of that nature. Making music that his grandparents can listen to, his parents can listen to. Do you feel like that handcuff you guys, or is that right in your scope of music and who you are?
Me personally, I feel like it just gets us more ready as professionals. Like we don't have to go through all the censorship of buying somebody to blur the cuss words out and all this other stuff. Like we
Right,
already said, we ain't got no cuss words. Like we said, we ready now. Like so. To me
right,
personally, I commend him on that because if we hold everybody up to that standard, like we said before, we're holding everybody accountable.
right.
Me Cap don't do that, so we're not gonna do that. So here we are.
Yeah, and then me personally, to kind of piggyback on him, having somebody like Unc in your corner to show you the ropes and show you how the right thing is done. Look at his track record, man.
Yeah, man.
Right? Unc is a GOAT. You know what I mean? So it's
Right,
one of those
right,
situations where, and it's also a great shout out to Uncle Jams, you know what I mean? But it's
Shout out to him.
also, yeah, it's also a great situation to have somebody like him in your corner, but also to have somebody who you can really call your uncle. You know what I'm saying? And really call somebody your family because he just wants the best for us. You know what I mean? Now, of course, as us as nephews, we might get a little hard head sometimes, you know what I mean? And may
right.
do something off the rail, but he's always there to reel us back in and to let us know, like, hey, that's not how we're gonna do it. Try this way. Right. And he gives us examples of how it needs to be done and how it needs to happen. So I feel like with him, he's setting us up for something that is generational instead of just being a topic or a hot trend that's going on. You know what I mean? Like he's setting us up to be able to take care of our families for generations and generations. You know what I mean? So that me personally, I feel like like Diesel said, I commend him highly for that. Highly.
Generational music, not trends, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to piggyback on what CJ just said on the generation aspect. I think what he's trying to do for you guys, man, is when you guys get in your 60s, you guys can still performing in front of families. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You guys' lyrics, it don't have no kind of profanity, no negative words towards women or men or anything. You guys can do that forever. You know what I'm saying? You seen OGs now, Mary J, doing that same dance and songs, man. You know, making money. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And killing it too.
And killing
Killing
it,
it
man.
too.
Killing it.
Looking like her
Killing it.
back hurt. I be feeling bad for her.
Yeah.
She like she tired, man. Like her
May
back be
not
hurt,
may
man.
not be singing, but she dancing.
Come
I ain't
on,
say that. My
Stems.
bad.
Hey, let me ask you guys, man. Do y'all write your own music?
Yes,
Definitely.
sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
So
yes.
Yes,
But
sir.
I say the strongest person, one of the strongest persons in our group that write, I'm gonna give it to Nico.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. Hands down. Hands down. I
Eh,
said it before, you know what I mean? With Nico,
Appreciate you.
he's one of those writers that, you know what I mean, can literally write anything. Right? If you put him in a room and
Anything.
tell him, hey, this is what I need, this is how I want it, you know, that man will make that pen do things that you can't even fathom your mind around. You know what I
Word,
mean? So
word.
You know,
he's phenomenal.
I can see that because
Yeah,
he's quiet.
yeah.
So he put that pen to paper. He put that pen to
He
paper.
ain't quiet.
Yeah.
He ain't quiet. He ain't
Yeah,
quiet no
what?
more. Uh,
Yeah, nah,
loudest
you
one
can't
in
be
the
quiet in
room.
court, Captain.
Hey, yo, Al, it always be the ones that's quiet in public. But when you see them
Man.
behind the scenes, man.
Woo. I'm telling you, man. That dude's a beast. Like CJ said, man, that man, he could probably write like nursery rhymes. He could write, you know what I'm saying, stuff for Disney and things like that. I mean, the dude is super talented
Wow.
and he's with us now.
There you go.
And it's amazing.
There you go.
There you go.
So, Nico, maybe you can answer this question for me, all right? Girl, you good. What was the motivation in that song, and what were you going through?
Well, honestly, Girl You Good came before I was in
Oh,
Forecast.
okay, my bad.
Yeah. So my first outing with the group and where I first put the pen down was to Take a Chance, which they already had a version of Take a Chance out. So Unc, after seeing what I had already had out on my own and stuff like that, and after being suggested by CJ, was like, well, here, just go ahead and throw a verse on there, and then we'll see what you got when you come to the showcase in December. And I was just like, oh, dang. So like that night, I had wrote my verse and I sent it to Unc, and it wasn't really anything where I was like, in an emotional or like romantic state. I was just hungry to like show what I could do and to really like put my foot down in the group. It's my first single out. The other singles done gone #1. Like, I gotta make sure I'm tight with it. So yeah, so it was just like, all right, so let me show who I am with this one.
Was it nerve wracking to work with someone like who's so embedded in the music industry, knowing all the things that he's done? You putting pen to paper, you guys singing and performing in front of it. Is it nerve wracking in the beginning?
For me, for sure. Because on top of Unc and everything he's done, and then it goes to what he's doing for Forecast. How he's helped to transform their brand into what it is right now, and into this really solid thing. And so for me to begin added onto it, and then looking at the way that legacy exists behind it and is being formed in front of it, it was like, well, let me make sure I'm anything but a train wreck or a roadblock. So that was like, yeah.
So let me ask you guys this. Another P. Diddy question, but it's nothing he did. It's just something he said. I know a couple years ago he said that R&B is dead. Each and one of you guys, I wanted to get you guys' opinion. And I told Unc the same thing last time we did an interview with him. I think he took it differently. And what I'm getting from it when Diddy said that was the vocals, not the vocals, but basically the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? The lyrics is basically about, hey, I want to hit. You know what I'm saying? Let's meet up tonight, get you in bed right now, instead of, hey man, let me take you out. Let me get to know you. The real love songs back in the day. What's you guys' opinion on it?
I mean, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
You got it. Go. I kind of agree to a certain extent. R&B is in a state where it has transitioned to something else. I'm not saying that people aren't writing, love songs and things like that. I mean, you still got guys out there like Day 26 that's out there still trying to, make it happen. But it's just something is missing, you know what I mean? And we've been trying to help bring that back.
Yeah.
I remember in the 90s and in the early 2000s, man, we watched, we watch BET and stuff like that. And you watch those music videos, man. Those some real love songs. Those people really going through that kind of stuff. You can really relate to it, And men were really courting women, and women were really, wanting to be courted. It wasn't just, about just having sex. You know what I mean? It was more about the love and what goes behind it.
And telling stories and things of that.
Yeah, that's storytelling, man.
Right.
Man, and me personally, to kind of piggyback on that, man, I mean, I'm like the big bro said, I'm half and half, you know what I mean? Because I've always said that in each different generation, it's always going to be a different type of change that happens, right, in music, right? The music you hear now is not going to be the same music you hear in the 90s. The music you heard in the 90s is not going to be the same music you heard in the 80s, right? It changes over time. But one thing I will say that needs to come back is there's a difference between like music back in the day, like, again, going back to the GOAT himself, like Babyface, when you got a song like I give good love, I'll buy your clothes, I'll cook your dinner too, as soon as I get home from work, that compared to I'm trying to slide in the pants, show you what it is then.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like how the
Exactly.
brother said, it's storytelling,
Yeah.
right? Tell the woman how she looks beautiful and how you want her to take a chance on romance, right? And
CJ,
let her
that's
know.
called simping now.
That's right. They call it simping now.
But a lot of these kids,
but listen, but
they
this
don't
is the
want to do
thing.
that
This
because
is
they
the
want to think
thing.
you call a simp.
And even if they call it simp, brother, how I look at it as, man, you can call me a simp all you want, but that's
Word.
what real woman
Word.
love, right?
That's what they really want, man.
That's what they really want. They want a man to tell them how they're gonna take care of them, how, you know what I mean, you gonna make me feel and make me feel good, not just getting straight to the point. You know what I mean? Like that's, and again, I know we're all young, you know what I mean? And people may say, well, you too young to understand, but man, women love a man that'll take their time instead of
Tell you,
rushing to
bro.
get to the point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's
That's
all
all about
about,
the chase.
You
man,
look
it's
at you.
all, it's literally like I was talking to Nico about earlier. It's an art. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's an art. It's painting the story and painting what you can do, but in a respectful way. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some women who want to get straight to the point, right? And I'm not knocking it. It ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's always a
I'm
great
scared of
feeling.
them.
Yeah, yeah. But it's always a great
Go
feeling
to
to
the
tell
clinic
a
the next day.
story, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, I was at work the other day, and young lady, I told her we had Uncle Jams on. She's like, "Who's that?" And I said, "Well, you know, you work with Babyface." And she's like, "Well, who's that?" And you know what? And I told her, "Put it in your phone. Put it in your phone." Man, she came back. She's like, "That's some good music.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
don't hear that anymore."
Mm-hmm.
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 You
And
understand?
that's
So,
scary to think about, man, because when you talk to
Yeah.
some people and you say, like, you may bring up a Babyface or you may bring up even a Michael Jackson or, you know, somebody from that time, and there's people out here that says, who is that?
Yeah.
right.
You know what I mean? That's crazy. It's crazy.
My 14-year-old daughter, she likes the song Luther by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh
And she
yeah.
was playing it one
Yeah.
time. I said, yo, let me play you original. I played Luther Vandross version. She was like, wow, I like 14 years old. Saying
Yeah,
she loved Luther Vandross, man. I had to put on game, man. I let her know where that song come from.
Yeah,
that's
for
real.
sure, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine running into somebody who just doesn't know who Luther Vandross is or
Bro,
Babyface.
bro.
I would probably look at him sideways.
Yo, my son, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna get to the next question. My son, when he was what, 12, we was watching, what's the movie Ice Cube was doing with the family?
Are we
Are We
done
There
yet?
Yet? We was watching Are We There Yet? And I told him, I said, yo, you know he used to be a rapper. He was like, what? I said, yeah, Ice Cube used to be a rapper. He just know the actor Ice Cube, man. This generation right here is like, yo.
It's
Hey,
crazy. Man.
Yeah, this generation crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
because I
man.
tell you, my daughter, when I let her listen to Dance with My Father, oh my
Oh
God,
man. Yo,
ooh, she was done.
yo.
Dad, I can't wait till we dance in my wedding. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Hey, that's music.
Word,
Yeah, for sure.
word,
Timeless music. Timeless.
word.
Exactly.
Timeless.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Who usually takes the lead when you guys are creating new music? Or is it a full team effort?
A full team effort. Because if you
I don't know. You said that kind of slow, man. I don't know.
no, it is a team effort because if you hear "Take a Chance on Romance," Al had wrote the bridge like three different ways, and then he used one of them for his verse, and then he used the other one for the bridge, which
Mhm.
I'm singing it, but everybody took a part in it, and then he just he had so many of them, so we just used them all. So I'm gonna say we all used them, like we all wrote something on there. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Who now in music? I'm gonna give you guys two things: R&B, today's R&B, and today's hip hop, and even let's go pop and country. Is there any artist you guys would like to work with in the future?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I would like to work. I would like to work with Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. The song that I think he wrote one for here recently for Lucky Day. I just heard it. Man, that thing is smooth. I can't even think of the name. Do y'all know the name of that song?
It's called "It's You."
Yes.
It's you.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Okay,
It's
okay.
you.
that
Yeah.
song. That song is. I would love to work with him, but I've always been a Bruno Mars fan ever since he was. What was he on? Apollo.
Yeah,
He was. Yeah, he was doing that Elvis Presley impersonation.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
My
Bruno
14
puts
year
a
old
lot.
love Bruno Mars, man. She
Yeah,
loved Bruno Mars, man.
he puts a lot into his music.
Yeah.
Show
Yeah, he
this.
does.
What is that? Anderson Pack? Is that his name?
Anderson Paak, yeah.
Yeah.
Those cats, they doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to bring that old school, storytelling R&B back, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, they doing the same thing, man. That's why I love Bruno so much.
How would you guys define your sound, and what sets you guys apart from R&B today?
Ooh, bro, you got some good questions, man. Oh, I mean, again, we all have different opinions about it, man. But I feel like what makes us, kind of separated from a lot of other people is because we're not trying to fit the bill of what everybody else wants us to fit, if
Right.
that makes sense, right? We're trying to be us, and we're trying to set a lane that Forecast can have, where groups behind us come into play and say, "Hey, we want to be like Forecast." Like how we look up to Drew Hill and Jodeci and all them. We want to set that example for youngins around us. You know what I mean? So it's one of those situations where I feel like with all of our abilities and the backgrounds that we all have, and we all have different, powers. Like Nico, he can elaborate more on it, but he calls us the Avengers, right? So as us being the Avengers, we all have this different power and this different mechanism that makes us us. And when we all make it together and put it together, man, we're untouchable, man. Very
Word,
untouchable.
word, word.
When you guys
Yeah, I
open,
think
when you guys open for people, is it
Hold
nerve
on, go
wracking?
ahead. Who
Oh, what
Al?
do you
You
just
had
say?
Al? You just
I
responding?
was just gonna say, man, we're really like really into like making sure that our harmonies are good and tight.
Okay.
So when you see Forecast, when you hear Forecast, just know that we coming with them harmonies, man.
That's what's
That's
up.
like top tier for us, and storytelling. We
And
got to make sure.
entertaining too. Entertaining. Put the entertainers in it
Listen,
too.
the choreography, man, goes crazy. Let me just say
Word.
That's what I was going
Yeah.
to ask. Who does the choreography?
Yeah, I do, CJ, me and myself.
Okay.
But we all have different, inputs that we put in and stuff like that, of course. But you know what I mean? Yeah.
Hmm.
So in 2023, you guys link up with Sid. How did that happen?
Man, yeah. So with that situation, it's just as we before Nico I came into play, myself and Al Wayne and Diesel, Shaq Diesel we was doing shows and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? I need to stop saying stuff like that before get on me. Sorry about that. But anyway, there was a situation where I always knew about Unc, right? And I've always saw the things that he's done for so many artists around us, like Damon Carl and Kelsey Marie and 12. Shout out to them as well, Mika. But I was like, man, we need to get Unc with us, right? We need to get Unc with us. So I kept hitting them up for months and sending them videos from shows that we would have and stuff like that. And he would open it, but he wouldn't respond back. Right. So then it finally got to the point where we had a show with Damon Carl and Kelsey, and he found out we was on the same show. So I guess he thought like, okay, well, let me see what they talking about or whatever. So sent him some more videos, and then we had a meeting with him when he got in town for that show. Man, and the rest is history. The rest is history.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
we had just recorded No Problems as well, and I think he heard that, right, CJ?
Yeah. I sent him the link to that because he wanted to hear our
And,
original and hold on too as well. Our first
and hold on,
one that we
yep.
did. So he heard those joints, and yeah, it was history, man. It was history.
I mean, well, seriously, what is that feeling like? You mean you put your music out there, you're waiting on someone, you're laying your heart on the line because this is what you do. And then you hear, "Hey guys, let's sit down, let's talk." What does that feel like?
You want to be honest with you?
Yeah.
Transparency.
Wow.
Doc, we cried. Hey, I know I cried.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Look, we all sat on the phone and you know what I mean, we talked about it. Well, no, actually when we left the hotel, because right when we got done with the meeting, we prayed. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing, big thing that we're on is prayer and God, you know what I
Word.
mean? And trying to, just to do the right thing in life. You know what I mean?
Right,
So,
right.
just praying, and then we went outside and had a moment. And then when we finally made it official, yeah, me, D's on Al's on the phone, and yeah, we cried. Like we cried, you know what I
That's
mean? And
all
then we
right. That's
prayed after
passion.
that too. Yeah, for sure, man, because you got to think we've been doing this for so long, and so many
Right.
people gives you all these narratives of what they can do for you and things of that nature. And then to have somebody who actually believes in you and sees your vision and sees your talent and actually takes you under their wing and makes you his nephews, you know what I mean? It was an amazing feeling, man.
Yeah, I was a
That's
bit skeptical at first, just a little bit, because I'm being the leader of Forecast. I wanted to make sure I protect my guys. I didn't want anything
Yeah.
bad to happen. Plus, we had just came out of a bad managed came came from up under a bad manager or whatnot. He just really wasn't. He wasn't bad. I would say he just wasn't really doing anything for us.
Right.
So when he said Uncle Sid, I didn't know who he was at first until I seen him. And then I knew that, I ran sound for Damon Carl one time, and he was on my tail about Damon Carl's stuff. And I was telling myself then, I want a manager like that. So that's kind of how I met Uncle Sid. I didn't even know who he was until I went to that hotel room where he was at when I first met him. So, yeah.
Wow.
Skeptical at first, but, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's a smooth brother, man. He's smooth.
Yeah, man. Real cool. Love him. Love talking to him. Really enjoyed. He's very... Man, he got some stories too, man. He been in the game for a long time. That man got some classic stories, man.
For sure.
Didn't know Boosie Collins gave Babyface his nickname.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was his cousin.
Man, I saw a clip on your page.
Yeah.
When you said that, and that's when I found out that they were cousins. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy.
That's crazy, man. But let me ask you guys, you guys rather be independent or be on a major label?
Independent.
Yeah, independent. I'll say independent too.
Word.
Yeah, as long as we can, be ourselves, be creative,
Right.
That's all that matters to me. I want to be creative. I don't want somebody to keep me in a box.
So whatever things we do in life, right, guys, we got some type of inspiration, right? What draw you guys inspiration? Is it outside music? Is it movies, life experience? What?
Oh man.
I would say life experiences for me.
Huh?
I would say life experiences for me.
Okay. What about you, Neek?
Yeah, I agree with Diesel. Definitely life experiences and knowing that, I'd rather do this and be able to turn this into some form of career creatively than be stuck working for somebody else. Because, I just gotta get that money.
Word.
And you got to get those lyrics out, right? All those lyrics that's in your head, your songs, you got to get them out.
The shows.
Hey, yo, Craig, you probably thinking of something right now.
Honestly, I have little animes, little shows in my head that I kind of go into to help me keep calm and relax.
Yeah,
and, I recently started writing into some of them, and so you kind of own the money.
Yeah, you can write about how I beat Shaq on the basketball court. He can't.
There is no
Shaq, hey, yo, Shaq, we gonna talk about it. Shaq.
What? I won. What are you talking about?
You did not win.
I did win.
One-on-one today before CJ got there.
It's a video footage.
Today you win some, you lose some.
It's on video. It's on video. It's on video right now. It's on video.
Hey, Shaq.
No, it ain't on video.
Out there.
Like Jay-Z said,
some,
man.
You lose some.
Like Jay-Z said,
that's the video I'm talking about.
You might want to scrub that. Get that out there.
Don't edit nothing.
It's okay. It's okay to lose one. All right. I ain't gonna lose another.
Check this out, Shaq. Like the words of Jay-Z. We don't believe you. We need more people. Hey, as a group, what been you guys' proudest moment so far as a group?
I'm gonna say performing in Stockbridge for opening up for Babyface. That'd be my proudest moment.
I would say that's mine too, because that was our first ever, big situation that transpired, and it changed our lives. So I would say that
for sure.
How was that? Explain that. Tell the people how was that, man.
Man, it was my first experience in being on one of those what was it, a camper or whatnot. Yeah. And that camper was nicer than my own house, man. Wow. It was nicer than my own house. Wow. I was like, this is how he living? Like, dang.
That mug was nice. And then they pulled up in the Sprinter bus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
That's right. They picked us up from the hotel at the Sprinter bus. Like, this was like our first experience with stuff like that, So
gave us the red carpet treatment. Had food, catered, everything. It was nice. It was
that very moment, you guys probably felt like this is what I want to feel like all the time. This is what I want
every time,
all the time.
Man, listen, and even with that, you know what I'm saying? Like like all of that was amazing, but just to be able to be on the stage, you know what I mean, and performing in front of so many people that we did in front of, like it was, and then we did, you know, our own original music as well as some covers. So to be able to do that, you know what I mean, was amazing. But then even on top of that, like I got a chance to perform with Babyface. You know what I mean? So, you know, being able to perform with my brothers and then go on with Boss was just, bro, like that whole day was a dream. It was a complete dream.
And then looking out there and seeing our family that traveled all the way down there with for the show and
Yeah,
everything it was amazing.
for sure.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
You
Was
guys
that the
seem like
moment
your
you
family
guys
on
liked
this
when
show.
y'all realized, yo, we really doing this?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, I was gonna pinch.
I remember giving Unc the biggest hug in the world. The
That,
biggest hug in the world. Like, thank you, man. Like,
Word,
just thank you. Because if it
that was
wasn't for
one of
him,
those
man,
pinch me. Let me know that this is real.
word, word,
for
word.
sure.
So what does it look like when you guys are headlining?
We always try to have other really dope artists that we love to come and perform for us. We always try to open our stage up, for other, acts to come or whatnot. And when you hear forecast, man, like CJ said, man, you gonna get the choreography, you gonna get the harmonies, you gonna get it all. It's a full show. It's not just some dudes up there just singing doo-wop, doing this right here, like my guy Paul Williams said. We gonna actually do some. We're gonna be moving and dancing. So yeah.
Word, word.
Well, we don't shimmy. That's an out thing.
Well,
But
yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. I'm sitting down in the store. I'm sore from whooping on Shaq, but
Hey,
CJ actually beat us all. Congratulations, CJ, on the 21 victory today.
Right on. Hey, look, but hey, Diesel got the first one though. Look, he got the first one,
Exactly.
man. He got
Exactly.
the
I got
first
my
one.
dub. I'm done.
Did
Good.
did you really win one?
Yes,
Yeah,
No,
I
he
I'm
was.
did.
just
Hey,
playing.
Hey,
I'm
you
just
see,
playing.
see, that's what
I'm
I'm
just
saying, man. That's what I'm
wow.
saying, man.
Hey,
You too
Al said,
low.
Shaq, you can bring a +1 the next time. Al said he
playing.
will give it to
Hey,
you.
all I know
we
is
don't.
y'all talking about the court. Don't nobody want to see me on the court either, brother. That's all I
Oh,
know too.
Hey,
oh.
that
Really,
little that
really,
little
all of
post
us.
move you got is
Really,
crazy.
all of us. All
Man,
of us.
Yeah.
All of
Hey,
us,
do you guys
bro.
like sports? Like, what's your guys' favorite sport?
Oh, basketball. Me
Basketball,
Well,
personally.
football,
I'm a football guy.
football.
Yeah.
Neat. How about you, football?
nah, definitely basketball. Like
And Shaq, you
for sure.
football?
yeah, football,
All right.
definitely.
So let me ask you, CJ and Neat, real quick. Indiana or New York?
Indiana, hometown, bro. What?
Yeah, I
All right,
feel
my
like
Oh,
bad. I
saying
forgot. That's a
anything else
dumbass
would be
question.
See,
crazy.
That's a
I
dumbass
don't
question. My bad,
know.
man.
Hometown. What? Hey,
that's
man, a
little
shout out.
that's
I
little
don't know who he is. I hope he watches this. Shout out to the fan that the Knicks bombarded
Oh
and
yeah,
jumped them and
yeah.
all that, man.
He
Keep
was on Pat
supporting.
McAfee, man. He's a firefighter, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
oh
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah.
But did you see that Tyrese is literally flying him in to the game and paying for
oh
his
word, I didn't know
hotel
that.
and all that stuff? Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Tight.
that's
Yeah.
all right. That's all
All
right.
right,
But
Shaq and Al, what you guys think of the draft, man? How you think them guys did Shador, man? You think it was jacked up or it's part of the game?
Um, it's a part of the game because how you gonna go to the draft combine interview thing and say, "Oh, I'm number one pick," and then
That's what I
your
said.
dad, and then Dion already came and said, "I'm trying to coach my son in the NFL." So you just gonna go in there and bombard and like make somebody get fired because you want to coach your son? That's not gonna happen. So that's like the little LeVar Ball and Lonzo, how he
yeah,
did him.
Lonzo's yeah.
So that ruined his career. So your dad talking too much before you even get to the pros is already putting a target on your back. So
Yeah,
yeah.
he did put up tar. I mean, because his father is
Yeah,
well accomplished. You haven't really
yeah.
What about you,
yeah.
Al?
I say his plan to not get drafted by those teams backfired on him, and the Browns still picked him up. That's what I think happened.
Yeah,
I feel like he purposely messed up those interviews just to not get drafted by those teams that were picking high in the draft. I think that he really wanted to either be either A with New Orleans
yeah,
or the Steelers.
yeah, yeah.
And it backfired. It straight
I
backfired
actually
on
thought
him.
the
And
Steelers going to pick him up. That kind of shocked me when they didn't. I thought the Steelers going to pick him up. So I'm
yeah,
assuming
and that's
Shaq
my
and Al,
team, by the way.
well,
Who?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's my team.
Bro, the only reason why I got this jersey in the back, and that's my father. He passed away. That's his jersey. That's his favorite team. Other than that bull job wouldn't be back there.
Man,
You should take that. You should rip that green one down. That's what you should do.
Now I'm a Packer fan.
Exactly.
I'm a Packer fan.
My best friend's a Packers fan. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with y'all, Packers? Cheese heads. Too much cheese up here.
Hey, Shaq, you a Colts fan?
No, at all. No.
Go ahead.
I'm a
Say it.
49ers fan.
Oh man, go ahead, sit down.
Hey, listen, we got the second weakest schedule this year. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be perfect.
So y'all better be good. Cause I'm gonna hit you up if y'all be sorry this year, right? I'm gonna get on you. Know that, right?
I don't know who they gonna.
We can talk about it all season.
I want y'all to take a no. Don't say nothing. I want y'all to take a guess what team this man love. I want y'all to guess. Think of the team that give the people the biggest heartache.
Hey, we not gonna.
Cowboys fan. Hey, Cowboys fan. Hey, oh my God.
Watch your mouth.
He said, "Watch your mouth."
Bro, this man,
I took down my Cowboy stuff until we win. When we win, I'll put it back up.
He said I took it down.
Football season started. He always come with this bull job talking about, man, we're going to Super. I don't know what he's smoking on. I think going to give you a drug test, bro.
Ernest, I think I need the mute button over here. So when you start talking like that, I just.
Hey, real quick. You know that the Steelers were supposed to be America's team first, and then they chose the Cowboys second.
Hey, Shaq, I'm with you. I think you beat him today.
Here we go.
I think you beat him, Shaq.
Oh, he switched it up.
Hey, Al.
Shaq, I think you punished
him. All good.
Al, this Mike Tomlin last year. You know that, right?
Say it again.
You know this Mike Tomlin last year. If he don't tighten up, you know that, right?
Yeah. Listen, I was a Mike Tomlin fan, man, but man, he gotta do something, man. We gotta win a playoff game or something, boy.
But listen, the man has not had a losing season.
Yeah, and that does get you into the playoffs, but the team gotta win in the playoffs, man. You got Watt that's still,
hey, Al,
he's at the end of his career.
He's a Cowboy fan. He don't even know nothing about playoffs, bro.
Let's
let him stay over there, man. He don't know nothing about playoffs, man.
But he right though, man. Tomlin got to do something.
This man ain't seen a playoff game since playoff win. I'm sorry, since I've been in elementary school. So
we talking about Pittsburgh, man. We talking about the Steelers.
Hey guys, let me ask you this question, man. What's next for Forecast? Any upcoming release, tours, or collaborations?
We got a couple music videos in the work. Make sure y'all looking out for that. Take a chance on Romance.
Okay.
A piece
TCB.
of one of our TCB. Yep, there we go. I was about to say our label mate K Rob's new video. TCB will be out. That we are featured on that song as well.
465.
June 13th in Terre Haute, Indiana. Forecast will be live. That's gonna be big because that's Terre Haute Casino.
That's what's up.
On the rooftop.
Word.
On the rooftop. I'm proud of you guys, man.
Proud of them too, man.
And I'm so proud that you make music that is generational and that families can actually sit down and listen to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's definitely a blessing, man.
This is my last question, guys, and let you guys go, man. When it's all said and done, right? How do you guys want everybody to remember you, Shaq, Neek, Al, CJ, aka Forecast?
The same way they remember all them other greats, man. Like they made them songs I can't help but clean to. They made that music that you can't help but play at the functions. Like that's how I want Forecast in my head to be remembered.
Word.
Yeah, I want to be remembered forever, man.
Long lasting, love making music.
There you go.
Like when they say Jodeci, you got Forecast. Or when they say New Edition, they gonna say Forecast or Jagged Edge or Forecast or whatever. We up there. I want to be a heavy hitter like them.
Let me ask you a question. I'm sorry. You said Jodeci. Y'all really think Jodeci dope? I think they overrated.
Whoa.
I think Drew Hill better than him. I think Drew Hill better than him.
I think so too.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Time out. Wait a minute.
Here it come. Here it come. Here it come.
Whoa.
Here it
Okay,
Oh
come.
my
so
God.
if we want to talk about statistic wise, like and the stats and stuff like that, Drew Hill hands down, right? Because Unc has already put that in our heads, like Drew Hill got the most number ones and all this stuff in that nature. But when it comes to being authentic and being yourself and not caring about what anybody has to say about who you are, that's why I say Jodeci's the greatest of all time. Just for the simple fact of Drew Hill is Jodeci. I mean,
Yeah, but
Drew Hill is basically Jodeci, but the way Drew Hill went about their careers was better than how Jodeci went about their careers, right?
CJ,
so I
I
was getting
agree
ready to
with you
say.
with the authentic part because Casey and Joe's are like two crackheads fighting when they perform, man.
Oh man, come on, man. No,
They look
no,
like they
listen,
be fighting for that mic, bro.
man, listen. That's what
You're
I'm
right.
saying.
You're right.
But that's why I'm saying that's why I give Drew Hill the aspect of and the respect of they took what Jodeci did and just basically exploded
Cleaned
it.
it up. They cleaned it up.
Cleaned it up. Perfect example. Cleaned it up because Jodeci is known as the bad boys of R&B. So what comes with the bad boys of R&B? You got the reputation, that the drugs, the liquor, the partying, all that stuff that holds a lot of wear and tear on you. You know what I mean? But with Drew Hill, they just took it and they just did it the right way, if that makes sense.
So
You
let
know
me
what I
ask you this,
mean?
CJ, and I
So
want you to be honest with me, okay? I want you to be 100.
for sure.
You ride on a 4-hour road trip. Can you listen to a Jodeci album without skipping or a Drew Hill album?
Jodeci.
Huh?
Jodeci.
And you just trying to say that you trying to prove your
No, no,
point.
no, 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 no,
Definitely Jodeci.
no,
Definitely
because
Jodeci.
listen, when you listen to Drew Hill, you just
Man,
listening to Jodeci,
The
but
no,
in a
whole
man.
better
album.
No,
way.
man. No, man. No,
You
man.
got
The,
Cisco over there, ooh yeah, his tail off on
Yeah.
every
Oh
song
yeah.
that he gets from
I can listen to
KC.
I can listen to that whole album without skipping, man. Jodeci, I'm gonna skip a couple songs, man.
Nah, but listen,
you talking about you talking about
but
Enter the Dragon, ain't you?
Play the
Yeah,
whole after
yeah.
party CD and
man, Diary of
Jodeci.
a
We riding.
Madman, all that, man.
Right, we
Come on, man.
riding. We
But
riding.
what group that will top both of them put
Who's that?
together?
Go ahead and say it.
Boys to Men.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
Boy, I say boys, and it
yeah,
takes a lot for me to put
yeah,
Boys to Men over Jodeci.
yeah.
But when it comes again, like Unc putting us on game, the stats. What do you want to be known for? Being a trendsetter, or do you want to be known for making noise, making impacts on? I think Boys to Men End of the Road was what at number
That,
one for. I know they beat Elvis Presley. I don't want to say that the number be wrong, but I know they have the
Right.
longest number one record. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So it's like I would rather be known for that rather be known for just wearing some leather boots and leather pants and you know what I mean, leather
Yeah,
jackets and just being known for that. You know what I mean?
I
Not
get you.
saying Jodeci's known for that, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I can rock with Boys and Men. I like Boys and Men, man. I just can't rock with Jodeci, man. I just can't.
Man, that's crazy. You're the first person I ever heard say that.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Cause you heard when I rock with Jodeci too, but still, man, Drew Hill is my heart,
Yeah, I like
Look,
Drew Hill.
man. That's my
I like
heart.
Drew Hill, man.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys. So last thing, man. How can people stream your music? How can they find your music? Tell them how can they find you guys on social media.
For sure, man. So listen, you can find us on all music platforms that you go to music. All you got to do is type in the number 4, CAST, the number 4 CAST, and then we're there. You can either stream Girl You Good, Take a Chance on Romance, Hold On, and No Problems, right? And then we got some more coming soon as well, too. And then you can follow us on all social medias, right? Instagram, you can follow us at the number 4, CAST underscore HFM. Again, the number 4 CAST underscore HFM. And then on Facebook, you can follow us at the number 4 CAST. And then you can follow us on TikTok as well at the number 4 CAST HFM. And then follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at the number 4 CAST HFM. And then for all booking inquiries or collabs or anything you guys want to do with Forecast, just reach out to Uncle Jams. I believe his Instagram is underscore Uncle Jams underscore, I believe. So reach out to him and we'll get it locked in.
All right, guys, y'all heard it. We got Shaq, Nico, Al, and CJ Forecast. And make sure you guys check them out, man. The next big thing, we bringing back R&B groups, guys. We bringing it back. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. See you guys on the next episode. Peace.
And we appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
Thank y'all so
bro.
much.
Hey, don't hang
Appreciate
up real
y'all
quick. I want to
coming
ask y'all something real quick. All right, wait till the live in real quick. Hold on.
For sure.